And we're live.
I think it is.
Went over
Crypto's
60.
so cool. I wish I understood it.
63.
Is it bad that I was monitoring what Bitcoin was at for a while because of the price in Tarkov?
No. You play Tarkov as well?
I just got into it. This is my first wipe. I just got into it about 3 months ago, and I've got really hard into it. I'm like, I didn't know this was here. This is wonderful.
Dude, I'm not playing it lately, but I do understand the addiction, how deep it goes, how much it takes to learn. It takes a while just to know the maps, just to know where the extracts are.
How much money do you have?
13 million rubles.
You're doing fine. Yeah.
I grinded it because I wanted to fucking learn it, right? Like after a while, I was like, ooh, I get this. Like I get why people are addicted to this. And I kind of no-lifed it for 3 months because first time I played it was in I don't know, it was January this year.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like level 45, 46.
Oh yeah.
And I'm I like this fucking game.
Yeah, dude. I love that game so much. I've gotten away from it. It's an unhealthy obsession, frankly. But I played 1 or 2 wipes super fucking hard, and I just kept saving my money and buying keys until I had all the shoreline keys. And then during the day, I would run shoreline 15, 20 fucking times hitting the keys. And then by the nighttime, I'd found enough lead X's to fund my fully kitted, going in with a full squad with all my buddies, runs.
Yeah.
I'd make 5 million a day sometimes just running those keys. And then, yeah, I can just blow this 5 million tonight if I want to. By the end of one wipe, I was just running nothing but thermal goggles. I had so many. I did they did a Twitch event and they were giving away some thermal goggles occasionally. So the price dipped from I don't remember what it was, but they dipped from 10 million a pair to 5 million a pair. So I bought 10 fucking pairs of them or something like that, thinking that they were going to bounce back up and I was going to double them, and they never did. So I just had a box full of thermal goggles, and by the end I was just running them all the time. It's a fun game. It's addictive.
It is, but there's such a skill disparity because I'm I'm already I would skull fuck me 3 months ago. It's not even close. It is just absurd. And then I go over to San Antonio area now has a bunch of the streamers here. Willers is here, Clean is here, a bunch of dudes like that. And so I'm okay, I'll go over to Will's house and then I'll just watch him play this fucking game. And I think he's playing the Punisher tournament right now.
Dude.
And he's just I'm just watching him play. I'm that's not even a fucking option for me. You're not even playing the same game I am.
Willers in particular, the way he jumps. Good. What? You can get up there? He gets up there first try, bouncing around in places. And when there's when he's someone else to attack, I'm all right, I need to get first mover's advantage, come around, aim for the head, whatever. He's I need to do some fucking weird trapeze shit, drop it on top of shipping crates on customs that no one else knows you can get to. And he's laughing at the guy as he jumps on his head. And I'm of course he didn't know you can't get up there. It's
so visual though, because he's just he'll just drop down and jump out a window, plop you from the second story on the way down with a fucking 5.7 in the head, kill you, just pump. GG's. Good, nice man. All right, cool. I'm just that's just fucking disrespectful.
Dude. That's one of the differences. But so I was a competent player. I played 3 wipes. The third wipe, not so deep, but I got levels 30 something, whatever. And, I knew the maps. I knew how to play. I was a competent player. But the way that these guys handle the movement and customs battle, right? How do they handle a customs battle? Oh, well, obviously you get on the roof from the 3rd floor thing, jump from there to the stairwell on the 2nd floor and surprise them. What? How do you even do that? That's outrageous. I break my legs, but they don't.
My thing is I pop through the fucking doorway. I wait till I see a silhouette of a person and I shoot at that person as much as I can until they die.
The closest I ever came to doing stuff like that is on what's the map called? Is it Countdown or what's the map where you've got the man? It's been so long since I played. It's the big air base. Reserve. Yeah, just pop a bunch of. They're coming up the stairs and I'm on the roof in reserve and just pop all my fucking stems and just jump off the goddamn roof because I know I can survive it and I'm healing so fast, and then just start crouch walking up behind them and kill them. But you're talking about some acrobatics that I I have a hard time making that jump on customs where you just jump off the car onto the porta potty sometimes. Like
Yeah.
when you want to jump over the wall there with the barbed wire on it.
I'm trying to remember what's wrong with me. The car
trying
to the oh I know, right, by New Gas. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
It's a great game. Super fucking in depth.
In depth. That's a great description of it. Yeah, just understanding how to like what even you like in a gun and what's expensive and what. Oh my god, just knowing what to bring back to your stash.
Oh, I love that. I like those are the things that like even if I'm not so great on the mouse and keyboard, like these are skills I can acquire with my time and like whatever memorization skills that I have. I'm really good at memorizing things. So like just watching enough content, I'm like instantly knowing the value of items on the flea market, and it's just in my head. Somebody's like, "Oh, what do I bring? Do I bring these this or that or this or that?" I'm like, "Wow, that's 37,000 right now. You want that? Pick that up." Oh no, those just dropped to 8,000 rubles. Throw those away. You just know.
Yeah,
that stuff's super cool. And to me, like, just and I know, like, I'm sure Kyle, you sympathize, and Woody to a degree. Taylor, I think you would if you played the game, probably. But like, just the real world gun stuff behind it, where you're like, oh, well, these ammo types actually matter because one of these is you have like full metal jacket. The one is like a crazy AP. The other one's like an AP that's kind of good, but it's a tracer, so it's not as good. And just like all sorts of crazy shit. Even the gun modification, where it's like, well, no, you can't put a fucking red dot on your AK, you retard. But if you put an Ultimac on it, then yes, you can, because now you have Picatinny on it. It's like shit like that is so in depth. It is so autistic for the average person. I'm sure like it's just a huge turnoff. But like for guys like me, it's fucking wonderful.
They've said
I know for a fact that game has gotten people into guns and like they're like, man, I've been building guns as my hobby online for like 6 months now. I figured like fuck, I might as well go to the gun store and I know exactly what I want now. I want high ergo.
You have a gun. You have a combination of guns and accessories that you really like in the game. You want to get a copy of it in real life.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. Very cool. I don't want to play it again.
It's an unhealthy obsession. It really is. But I do love games. Like I had the same issue with Rust. I don't know if you've ever played Rust, but Rust is.
I've heard you talk about it, and I know what has happened with me in Tarkov, and that's why I'm never gonna fucking download Rust.
Yeah, we'll see. Like Rust is, in my opinion, healthier than Tarkov to some extent, because Tarkov you have a full wipe that you have to commit to, right? Or at least to some extent you have to commit to. Whereas Rust, you can be like, I do have next week off. Next week can be Rust week. Like you don't have to do a week too. Yeah, because it's a 1 week cycle game, whereas Tarkov has those big cycles, 3 months, 6 months, a year.
So it's like a sprint versus a marathon in a way.
Yeah, but it's a long sprint. I don't know. It's you have to grind the fuck out of that game, but just for 7 days. Whereas Tarkov, like days 8, 9, and 10, you're still grinding away. You're like, oh, I can't really afford a meta M4 yet, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna keep running these cheap AKs till I can. But in Rust, by like day 3, that's your like, we got everything. We've grinded so hard for 3 days. We're a step ahead, and now we get to raid tonight. It's super addictive to like take things from people. The other thing is like in Tarkov, unless you're like just happening to get in the same servers with the same people over and over, you probably rarely recognize people's names. It would happen occasionally, like, oh, I remember that guy. I've bumped into him before. But in Rust, you're in a server with these guys, and not only do you know their names, but you've probably talked shit back and forth in chat. They've used voiceover like to like talk shit to your face in the game, to your virtual face.
Right.
And like rivalries build, and it's not as if you can just pick up base and move without a good deal of expense in that game. So like, where they live. They're right over that ridge, 3 squares to the left. They're 3 kilometers away. We know where they live. We could be there in 5 minutes if we wanted to. We can go fuck with them. But then we start some sort of a like proxy war with their neighbors, and now we've got all sorts of problems. Like if someone wants to ruin your day in that game, it's really easy to do it. They can just come naked with no armor and a double-barreled shotgun and just hide outside your door and just be a complete cunt to you. Every time you walk outside, you're like, like worried someone's going to one-tap you, steal all your valuables, and disappear into the night. It's a brutal game, but it's very addictive. It's also unhealthy.
Yeah, that's why I haven't downloaded it. I've heard the way you've talked about it, and I've heard like other people, like just other Twitch streamers play it. I'm just like, yeah, that looks like it fucks. I'm not gonna touch it.
Yeah, and recoil control is the hard. Like Tarkov's kind of hard. Like I'm sure you know, but this recoil control is a whole other animal. It's you have to spend hours and hours on like training servers to like actually get decent.
I like that about a game though. Like I like because like Call of Duty and shit, you're just like, oh, it raises this much and then you lower down and you're good. Like in real life, it's not like that. Like you are being donkey kicked in the fucking shoulder over and over again for 30 fucking rounds, and you need to just kind of like walk it in, but you're still like, even though you can get dialed, you won't get perfect. You know?
Yeah, that's how Rust is. Like the best in the world, it looks like they're cheating, and the worst in the world, they might as well not even pick the gun up. It like the difference is that much. Like we would get to the point in the game where we had AKs when I was new, and I'd be like, I don't want one. Like it's wasted on me because I can't control it well enough to even use it in a fight. I should use the cheap gun that's semi-auto that you just shoot, pull down, and repeat. Like I'll just pick at people.
Does it make
Whereas like
you rely on tactics because of that?
yeah, you gotta be sneakier, be more of a like much more of a bitch. Like people who are good with the AK can play like complete chads, just running straight into people, like because they'll turn on them. Like it's a game where like someone will start shooting you in the back, and their time to kill might be 3 seconds, and a great player's time to kill is way less than a second. It's almost instantaneous because it's like 2 headshots and a body shot is a kill, I think maybe with an AK at close-ish range, and they'll do that within the first 5 shots. It's just and you're dead, and they'll just be like, what the fuck happened? I've never died that fast before ever. Like gunfights usually take a good amount of time, but you'll just melt when you run into either a cheater or a good player. I've ran into both, and so it's hard to tell.
That's the thing that I've been lucky about, I think, in Tarkov is I don't think I've run into cheaters before.
Rarely.
Yeah, because it's normally I can just kind of accept like, oh, that guy either like it was a server issue or that guy was just better than me. Because Tarkov you die so fucking quickly. It's just like, oh, head eyes from across the map. Cool. Welcome to Tarkov, bitch. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. And as a bad player, or as a new player, it's kind of nice that you can head eye somebody and just like, whew, I one tap that guy all the way across reserve there. It's
right.
Let's go get his shit before somebody else does.
Like, sometimes it's the luck element to it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, like I played a lot of reserve and a lot of shoreline. Those were my two favorite maps, but mostly reserve.
Brave man. I play a lot of woods, a lot of like sometimes factory if I need like to do some like just PvP shit. Factories.
Yeah, those are my two least favorite maps. I really like shoreline. I like doing that big rush to get to the goodies and then just like creeping around inside those rooms and stuff.
Interchange was good for that. That was fun for me. Shoreline, a lot of the guys I play with play shoreline, and so like because of that, I know like resort and all that. But it's I don't like going there alone.
I love going there alone.
Really?
Because then I don't have to worry about everybody complaining because I'm moving so slow. I like to be just like really creep around in there and try to kill geared players, but mostly I wanted to hit my keys. I always liked games like Skyrim and Oblivion and Fallout give you this illusion that you're a treasure hunter, but you never find anything good really. It's just like, oh, it's more bottle caps, it's more soda, it's more of this. I guess like if I open enough chests, then I'll have a lot of caps, and then I can go buy something. But you're never really finding like, oh look, it's a magic bottle cap. But in Tarkov, you do find some magic bottle caps every now and then. The way the flea market works, you find that LEDX, and you're just like, I have to get out of here now.
Yeah, you're like, LEDX graphics card, shove it in my asshole. Let's get to extract right now.
Yeah, if when I would play all alone, and I would have, I've found 2 LEDXs before by myself, maybe 3, but definitely 2 on multiple occasions. And it when you hear someone coming up the stairs, or like you hear like a squad like over in the that central building, like the office building, it's like, we have to creep the fuck out of here and get to extract. We've got 2.5 million rubles that we just found, plus all of our gear. Like, I'm carrying way too many valuables right now. It's fun. Yeah. It's a very addictive game. It's good.
I feel like I'm fulfilling a Reddit prophecy here with just talking too much Tarkov right off the bat. They're gonna bitch about this later.
Who knows?
It's been a while since Tarkov has been discussed.
Yeah, we haven't talked Tarkov in like a year.
It's been months and months. Well, yeah, real long time. Rust was a bigger fad more recently for Kyle in particular.